Sean, let's go ahead and talk about this next number 5 type of scam that you need to watch out for.
Again, these scams, they're right from the FBI.gov website, and we'll have the links posted at the end of this show as well, where you can just go see in detail the most reported scams that the aging and elderly are falling for. But like you said, these don't just apply to the elderly and aging, right? As we are moving through time, these are going to begin to apply to us, and everybody should be aware of these types of scams, that they exist, that they're out there, that people are still falling for them in high numbers. And just to educate yourselves and educate your family members and educate your especially aging parents, that we want to make you all smarter and provide a way for you to use tech more safely. So picking up right where we left off, this is the fix-it facade, I like to call this one. So some of the scammers are going to go for this face-to-face approach. It is a bit more bold. It is a bit more risky for them. However, the rewards, if they can pull this off, become a little bit more fruitful for them. And so what they will do is they'll present themselves at a doorstep, and they're going to be offering some kind of home repair service. Now, let's not lump in everybody to this category, because there are some legitimate still door-to-door salespeople. We know some great people that do some door-to-door book sales. All right, we have some friends that do that stuff, and they're selling some incredible materials for families that are trying to educate their kids. People that go around offering to cut grass and doing lawn maintenance jobs, and they actually record these things. If you've never seen any of these videos where a person comes in and cuts the grass of a completely overgrown yard and a house, they're fantastic. They're so, I don't know why. I could just sit and watch those for hours. Legitimate businesses, but they're actually doing legitimate work, and they've offered now to do this yard for free because it's just so overgrown while they're right there in the neighborhood. So not everybody is a scam, but what they're going to do is the big key is they ask for an upfront payment. You got to pay me first, and then once the money is now transferred, they vanish and none of the promised services take place. So no legitimate contractor or consultant that I know will ask for an upfront payment, especially payment in full. And so what is common in the contracting consulting world is potentially a 50% payment or a thirds payment, right? And the thirds will, or 50, will work to meet milestones. So if it's thirds, we're going to do a third up front, a third at half, and then a third at completion. And that is typically a resource constrained contractor who's a small business. Maybe it's an excavating company. Yeah. And that excavating company has said they're going to come out and do, $10,000 worth of work. And so up front, they need to buy initial supplies. And so the first third payment is going to be for them to acquire all those supplies and begin the work, right? You're funding that piece of it, but they haven't asked you for all 10,000 right up front. At 50%, they come in and ask for another draw because maybe now they need, fuel or whatever, or they have completed 50% of the work. And as agreed, when you hit that next milestone, you pay the second, third, and then finally they complete the work. The approvals are done. Everything is exactly as you wanted it. And you make the final payment. As you're talking to your parents about this, advise them, request credentials or some kind of business identification, right? If they're a legitimate business, they're going to have something. They're going to have a business card. They're going to have a truck with magnets or stickers on it. They're going to have a website. They're going to have Yelp reviews. I don't think anybody can get around Yelp reviews or Google reviews nowadays. And there's going to be some way to identify them, and they should be able to prove that. And they should be willing to prove that. They should be willing to provide that information to you. If they don't, again, red flag, no thanks, but no thanks.